A strong host game needs a strong wing game. Add Popeye's wings to your game day spread, and the crew won't just be cheering, they'll be salivating. With 8 bold, crispy Louisiana flavors to satisfy everyone's taste buds, our wing game is strong enough to always get you the W. At $5.99 for a 6-piece, order bone-in or boneless for your next watch party. Someone just wrapped up the title of Most Valuable Host.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At participating U.S. restaurants, price may vary, tax extra. A strong host game needs a strong wing game. Add Popeye's wings to your game day spread, and the crew won't just be cheering, they'll be salivating. With 8 bold, crispy Louisiana flavors to satisfy everyone's taste buds, our wing game is strong enough to always get you the W. At $5.99 for a 6-piece, order bone-in or boneless for your next watch party. Someone just wrapped up the title of Most Valuable Host.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At participating U.S. restaurants, price may vary, tax extra.
In your mind, imagine it's January 1943, a modest hotel room in the heart of New York City. Papers are strewn across every surface, some filled with cryptic equations, others with sketches of machines that look straight out of sci-fi novels. Odd contraptions sit in corners, their purpose unclear and undeniably strange. The air is heavy, tinged with a sense of quiet chaos, and there, amidst it all, lies the lifeless body of Nikola Tesla. Tesla was a man both revered and ridiculed, hailed as a genius but feared as a madman. His death marked the end of an era, but it left us scratching our heads for decades. What secrets did Tesla take with him to the grave? Let's uncover the many mysteries of Nikola Tesla. To understand the man, you need to know his story, or at least the highlights. Born in 1856 in a small village, what you would now know as Croatia, Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, a futurist, and Thomas Edison's ultimate frenemy. Their rivalry, known as the War of Currents, was like the tech version of a heavyweight title fight, with Tesla championing alternating current, AC, while Edison stubbornly clung to direct current, DC. Tesla's AC won, and it's the reason your phone charger usually won't explode when you plug it in. Hopefully. But Tesla wasn't just about electricity. He was a walking contradiction, a brilliant mind that occasionally wandered into territory he couldn't explain himself. He barely slept, getting by on 2 hours a night, which he claimed gave him more time to think. His obsession with the number 3 bordered on the mystical. He'd circle a building 3 times before entering, wash his hands exactly 3 times in a row, and lived in hotel rooms with numbers divisible by 3. Was this some secret genius hack or an elaborate quirk? Who knows? And then there were the pigeons. Tesla didn't just feed pigeons, he loved pigeons. One in particular, a white dove. It was, in his words, the joy of my life. He even claimed that when she died, a bright light left her eyes and that his life work was complete. It's the kind of sentiment that makes you wonder if Tesla was a hopeless romantic or if he needed a really good therapist. His eccentricities were often overshadowed by his brilliance, and maybe that's why he remains such a mystery to this day. Was he misunderstood, a misunderstood genius, or was he a little bit of both? One thing's for sure, the line between brilliance and madness is thin, and Nikola Tesla balanced on it like an acrobat. Let's start with Nikola Tesla's most infamous claim, the death ray. Officially, Tesla called it the teleforce, but death ray had a better ring to it, and it certainly grabbed more headlines. Tesla described the weapon as being capable of focusing particles in such a way that they could obliterate an army, or bring down an entire fleet of planes from a mile away, or more than a mile away. He claimed it was a tool for peace, insisting that this terrifying power would deter nations from ever wanting to go to war. The logic? If everyone had a death ray, no one would dare to use it, because nothing says peace like mutual assured destruction. But here's the thing. There's no hard evidence the teleforce ever existed outside of Tesla's imagination. He gave dramatic interviews describing its potential, but when asked to demonstrate it, he conveniently avoided specifics. Was this the case of a visionary protecting the intellectual property, or a man past his prime spinning tales to keep himself relevant? By the time Tesla was championing the death ray, his financial situation was, to put it politely, a hot mess. Once funded by millionaires like J.P. Morgan, Tesla had long since fallen out of favor with investors. His increasingly eccentric behavior didn't help his credibility. Some speculate that the death ray was a little more than a ploy to secure funding for his other projects. And others believe that he really had something. And that's where the plot thickens. Enter the FBI. After Tesla's death in 1943, government agents seized his belongings, citing national security concerns. Officially, they found nothing of value, just scattered notes, doodles, and what seemed like half-finished ideas. But conspiracy theorists suggest otherwise. Why such urgency to confiscate his papers if they were worthless? Was the death ray blueprint among them, or was this just post-war paranoia, with officials afraid Tesla's ideas might fall into enemy hands? One particularly intriguing detail: the FBI enlisted John G. Trump, an MIT professor and electrical engineer, and yes, Donald Trump's uncle, to review Tesla's papers. After combing through Tesla's work, Trump concluded that there was, quote, nothing which could constitute a hazard in unfriendly hands. But Tesla supporters were not convinced. They believed the government was hiding something, maybe not a fully operational death ray, but at least the seeds of one. The mystery lingers. Was the death ray Tesla's greatest invention, a desperate publicity stunt, or another idea too ahead of its time to be understood? Whatever the answer, it remains one of the most tantalizing chapters in the life of this enigmatic inventor. Speaking of unpredictable, Tesla's entire career was like watching a fireworks show, bursting with brilliance, but always leaving you wondering what could have been. Take Wardenclyffe Tower, for example. Built in Shoreham, New York, this massive, futuristic structure was Tesla's dream incarnate. He envisioned it as the key to wireless energy transmission, a technology that would power homes, factories, and maybe even entire cities without the need for wires. But was that its only purpose? Some speculate Wardenclyffe was part of an even bigger vision, a system to provide free energy to everyone, everywhere. Naturally, that kind of revolutionary idea did not sit well with the people controlling the energy industry. Then there were the other rumors. Tesla's work allegedly extended beyond electricity into the truly bizarre. Weather control? Sure, why not? Devices to read thoughts? He supposedly dabbled. Messages from outer space. Tesla claimed to have received strange signals while experimenting with his early wireless technologies. Signals he was convinced were extraterrestrial in origin. Aliens or just cosmic noise? Tesla's notes didn't say, but what they do show is a mind that operated on a level few could comprehend. Were these projects real, half-finished dreams, or just Tesla letting his imagination run wild? We may never know, because some of his most daring ideas vanished, were stolen, suppressed, or simply lost to time. Now, let's fast forward to January 7th, 1943. Tesla was 86 years old, living alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, broke and largely forgotten by the world he helped illuminate. Officially, he died of a heart failure, but as with so many things in Tesla's life, his death sparked more questions than answers. Could he have been silenced? After all, the U.S. government moved quickly to seize the papers, claiming it was a matter of national security. This wasn't just some low-level operation either. The government didn't even want the possibility that Tesla's research might end up in the hands of the enemy during the height of World War II. The so-called Tesla files have since become stuff of legend. Did they contain the blueprints for Wardenclyffe's true purpose, notes on that alleged death ray, or something even more groundbreaking? Technology so advanced that it could help reshape the world. The government's official line here is that there was nothing of value in those papers. But so many people that examined his work over the years don't buy it. They believe the truth is still out there, locked away in some classified vault. Even today, Tesla's story feels tailor-made for conspiracy theories. Secret government projects, alien tech, suppressed inventions, it's all there. And modern culture has only amplified his mystique. Tesla coils are a favorite at science fairs and Hollywood movies. There's an electric car named after Tesla. And his image as the misunderstood genius, a man too advanced for his time, has cemented his place as both a scientific icon and a tragic figure. So why does his story resonate so deeply? Maybe it's because we love rooting for the underdog, the outsider who dares to challenge the system. Or maybe because Tesla's life is a reminder of how fragile genius can be, how easily it can be overshadowed, underestimated, or dismissed. His story is part tragedy, part triumph, and entirely unforgettable. Brilliant, baffling, and always just a little out of reach. As for his secrets, we may never know. Until then, the mystery lives on. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of 10-Minute Mystery. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a review. It helps more curious minds discover the show. And if you're hungry for more stories like this, maybe a little creepier, a little more murder, check out my other podcast. It's called 10-Minute Murder, where I dive into true crime stories that are brief and bingeable. See you next time.
Hardy fiber cement siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.